Hi, let's do some exercises for chapter 10. Um, Colors are starting to wash out of my stuff. Also, I'm wearing a brown shirt. I think that's screwing with the green behind me. Anyway, let's have some fun. As I said, let's take a look here. A lot of the work here is simply just memorization. You have to get your act together and get the work done. You memorize these things, you work through them. There are a couple of things that I would like to go over with you in terms of just the rote work, and that is to see these distinctions. So you can see over to my side, some direction or other, you have a whole bunch of these things. You have I can see, I've done this so many times. Let's see, there's a whole thing here. This is the first exercise, drill 1. You've got the pronominal suffixes, and they are what they are. There's not much to help you with here. Did you have a question on any of these? Say 34. 34 is important because you have your first instance of this min causing some troubles, right, with the pronouns. So mayhem is going to be from menu, right? It's going to double up. You want to take a look at that in the book, right? It's hard to get around in this chapter because it's such a big chapter, right? Let's scroll back. If I had a staff, I could just say, get me to page such and such there. So let's take a look, though. It's going to be in this thing. Just to show it to you, because you need to see it all. That's where I messed up and actually accidentally pushed the thing there. See, there it is. From them. And it's a little tricky in terms of memorization, but that's all it is in the long run, is it's just memorization, right? So let's get back over here to what we were doing. A little shortcut. So going into drill number 2, there are a couple of difficulties that, in terms of concept, we might want to take a little time. And that is the pronominal suffixes that go in plural nouns when they're attached to certain prepositions. So here we have these prime examples, number 36 and 37 and 38 and 39. 40 goes with it too. 40 is just sort of like lagniappe to help you out here. So this suffix here, notice it's the pronominal suffix that goes on plural nouns. If you think that this is L God, it's wrong, because this is the pronominal suffix that goes on plural nouns, and L is the singular. So this is actually the preposition L, to, or toward, and it takes the pronominal suffixes that goes on plural nouns. Why? I don't know, but that's an important concept if you didn't catch that the first time through. Some prepositions take pronominal suffixes that go on singular nouns. Some prepositions take pronominal suffixes that go on plural nouns. But they're not plural prepositions. No, they're not. But they don't care. Remember, this entire language was devised in order to confuse you and to make you feel less than a human being. And I feel like with the pronominal suffixes that go on plural nouns attached to prepositions, I think they've done a pretty good job of letting us know who's boss. They have established dominance over us. And see, 38 is the counterexample. Elohim is the plural of El. Why isn't it Elohim? I don't know. Elohim. And so you put the pronominal suffix that is on the plural noun right there. And it would be Elohai if you wanted to say my God or my gods. But you have Eloheka, your gods, your God. Behold your gods. That's in, the Exodus there. Behold your God. Was it capital G, calf, or was it the pantheon of the Baal worshippers, plural gods? I don't know. You can look that up in a commentary. Eli is the other counterexample. See, in 37, you have Eli, that's to me, and Eli is my God. singular. It cannot be to me in an alternative form because L, as a preposition, takes the pronominal suffix that goes on plural nouns. And then 40 is to me. There's a locative thing going on here. There's a dative thing going on here. You know, you have to work it out. You develop a feel for it. Don't worry about memorizing which is the dative and which is the locative. And that should just about do it. Here's another nice example of it here. It's achar. And what I'd use in class when I'm teaching this is just take a look. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consonants, right? And even so, you can tell that that is a matrilateral vowel, but you still have 5 consonants, right? And the idea is to recognize fast that is a pronominal suffix that goes on plural nouns. And then your vocab will take over, and you'll see that as a preposition after. So it says after them. There, okay? Things like that. If you have any questions, put it in the comments there. Gotta write in Hebrew. It's the best thing to do to learn. His horse and his word, his Torah and her horse and her mare. Let's skip the first 3 and go to 4 and 5. Those first 3 ought to be easy enough for you. Let's take a look and change to the drawing screen. So it's her horse. You start with horse. And you add the pronominal suffix, third singular feminine. And that is the kametz he with the mapik in it. That mapik is extraordinarily important because that is your flag. It is a screaming semaphore that says, I am a consonant. I am the pronominal suffix. I am not a matriletter vowel. I am not a mother of reading. Okay? Her horse. Then to say her mare, you start with mare, which is susa, without a mapik. See, no mapik there. And then you want to add the pronominal suffix feminine singular, third feminine singular, third singular feminine. The first thing you have to do is to take off the feminine ending altogether. Oh, I screwed that up. Let's try that again. There we go. Take that off altogether. Replace it with the, I guess you would call it the construct version of the noun, susath, and then you add the pronominal suffix, third singular feminine, with a mapik, and that says her mare. So there you go. Let's take a second here. Her horse. Her mare. There we go. Gotta make my R's better. There we go. Right. Okay, so on with it. Let's get another one going here. And see what the next one is. Their word and their words. This is fairly important just to kind of go through it and learn, right? Davar. And what do they want me to do? Their masculine plural. Okay, davar. So we have davar in all its glory. Davar. And we want to say their. Masculine plural. Third masculine plural is simply, you just add You've got too many syllables now. The propertonic syllables here. And so you reduce it to a schwa. Duvaram. Okay. I think that's right. I could check the book, but I'm pretty sure that's right. So, but let's leave that one on there. I'm going to delete that. But let's go to their words. Now, this is a little trickier. Devarim. A little better there. It already has propertonic reduction in it, which is, a clue. It's sort of like Chekhov's propertonic reduction. We're going to have to do something with this, right? And we want to say there. That's a pronominal suffix that goes on plural nouns, and that's aham. Ahem. Not green eggs and ham. Ahem, okay? And so we'll shove that over. So the first thing you have to do with the masculine noun is you simply have to get rid of the entire suffix. And then you replace it with the pronominal suffix that goes on plural nouns. And that would be that. And then we throw in the vowels. And that would be ahem, right? And the accent is way down here. So we've got propertonic reduction. Let's see. Let's get the syllabification going here. There's the first one. There's the second one. And that is propertonic. Okay? That is a propertonic syllable. It has to be reduced if it can. And sure enough, it can because it's accommodates in the propertonic reduction. This is all chapter, what is that, chapter 4. And let's see, I keep it green. Keep it green, Kermit. Oh, you have two vocal schwas doing the talking. The first one's going to do the talking as a Heuric, divrehem, right? That's kind of what's hard. Now, see, you've got, again, the idea is in a sentence in Hebrew, there's a lot of chicken scratchings here, right? And the idea is you've got to identify some things at a glance so that you don't, what is the word? Agonize. So again, you've got, as I mentioned earlier, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consonants. And you've got this as the vowel, so you're like, okay, well, I can get by with that, but you're still dealing with it. But if you can just see this is the pronominal suffix that goes on plural nouns, you're in way better shape. Ahem. And now you've got just devar. Oh, yeah. And you've got all the clues. Oh, yeah, it's propertonic reduction again, all sorts of stuff that helps you check back and forth as you're analyzing. I was thinking about this, let me switch over to this thing here. You can read Hebrew with these great electronic versions. I really loved BibleWorks. I'm really sad that it went off because it was just dedicated simply to the text of the Bible, and Logos caught up with it and I think put it out of business. But it used to be better than Logos. Anyways, so you can hover. I don't think you can see this. You can hover over the word and it'll tell you everything about it with just a hover. But see, that's not the point. You can do this, and I do it. I go, oh man, what is that? A PL or is that a Hiphil? What am I looking at here? Right, and I do that. The idea is that you should be able to read Hebrew and analyze and get a feel for it. And what do I mean by a feel? I don't mean like feeling your way through and guessing at the right meaning. I mean getting a feel for like what Moses is after. He's trying to change hearts, right? And he's using certain rhetorical methods to do so. We do this in language, like I'm doing right now. You can see I'm shrugging my shoulders and I'm pleading with you. In order to express the anxiety of the pleading that is in my heart for you, I'm going to use rhetorical devices in writing to do that. And that's what you're trying to get after eventually. How pronominal suffixes play a part in that. What shorthand are they using versus what they're spelling out longhand, things like that. It's just a matter of reading Hebrew, not interpreting per se, per word, and not translating. You have every kind of translation aid you want. And you have commentaries for theology and explanatory notes and things like that. For me, it's all about getting a feel for it so that you can deliver that same feel to your hearers. That's the ultimate goal. There is no goal past that. If your ultimate goal is to write a commentary, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, I'll stand by that. People who write commentaries are saying, hey, come on, Dave. we're not writing a commentary for commentary's sake. Yeah, but a lot of guys learn Hebrew to write a commentary because they want their name on that book, right? Okay, back to drawing screen. Our God, my blessing, my blessings. I did our God already. My blessing and my blessings. Yeah, let's do the feminine version of that. Let's do my blessing. And just to take a quick look at the difference between the masculine and the feminine. So you get blessings, which again you're going to have this propertonic reduction, right? Bir, ra, ka. And you want to say my blessing. Blessing. I was blessing. Get rid of that. Get green here. You're going to swap that out for a towel, right? And then you're going to add the pronominal suffix, first common singular, that goes on singular nouns. Then you're going to do it again with the plural. Oops, you know what? I forgot one thing. You're going to have propertonic reduction and rule of schwa because you've added a syllable, right? This syllable is an additional syllable and it takes the accent, okay? Now it's blessings. I want to earn the blessings of the king. The king says, you have earned my blessings. B, ra, koth. Okay? There you don't swap anything out. The oath ending is the oath ending is the oath ending, but you do have the pronominal suffix that goes on plural nouns, and it is a patach yod, and you've added a syllable, and so you get this vowel reduction. And it's bir kathai. Bir kathay, bir kathai. I'd say thigh if I'm a thigh man myself. And that is writing in Hebrew. Have a little fun with that. What else should we do? Let's take a look at some of the sentences here. Whoa. Drill 3. I totally forgot about drill 3. Let's get back to that. There's a particular difficulty in this. You have to work through this yourself. But notice, like at the beginning here, it's all the heroic yod ones, right? The idea is simply this. Simply is complicatedly this. Those three nouns, which are very common nouns: brother, father, mouth. They have this archaic heroic yod ending that exhibits itself when you're playing with it. And how do you know the difference between the construct and when it's about to have a pronominal suffix added to it, right? When is it my father, in other words, and when is it father of? And that would be the difference between number 1 and number 2. You see the commates beneath the aleph. That is the pronominal suffix. It's sort of by process of elimination. See, in the construct chain, everything goes out of business, and you shorten everything up. And so that's in the construct, right? So that's father of. Avika, see, notice that you're going to have that commate, so it's the pronominal suffix all the way through. Well, what about this one? Well, yeah, but you've added syllable, and it's gonna cause propertonic reduction, and that causes some difficulty. But notice there's a world of difference between avi, father of, and avothenu, which is our fathers, right? Avoth is the key there, so you're going on. The same with achi. It's going to have the same problems all the way through. So like P is the big one because P loses a letter. It's a cloak and dagger hey, in addition to it getting this heroic yod. So pika, your mouth. P, my mouth, or mouth of. And so you have number 27, mouth of a prophet, or the mouth of the prophet, because you've got a definite article. And this is determined to be definite because it's got a pronominal suffix. The mouth of my prophet, and then you throw on a preposition, which is what real Hebrew looks like, as the mouth of my prophet, or like the mouth of my prophet. See? Really tricky stuff there. Yeah, okay. Now, translation of sentences. Let's go to number... Oh, I'm going to leave 8 for you to work out by yourself. Nah, we'll check it for you. But let's do number 7. So, a couple of things we have to do. First of all, here's the verb. Verb, call, perfect, third singular masculine, right? Now, in the subject position, because it's the third person, I'm going to be diligent and check for something that could be the subject after the verb. Do I have something that could be the subject? Well, is there a third singular masculine noun? And the temptation is to say no, because you have the pronominal suffix that goes on plural nouns here, right? No, that's not, because that would be an extra dot. This is the pronominal suffix that goes on singular nouns, but it just so happens to be going on to of, which has that eric yod that you just exercised up a second ago. And so this is your father stood. And then you have this lovely thing, bain, ubain. And whenever you see bain, the preposition, you immediately look for ubain, because that's how it's going to work. And that helps you understand the structure of the sentence. So between you all, this is where Southern people got an advantage over y'all Yankees. Y'all and Canucks stood between y'all and me, right? I think that's supposed to be Bainai. I think that's a typo, because I think Bain is one of those that takes the pronominal suffixes that goes in plural nouns, right? So even the book makes a mistake every now and again, so you can take comfort of that. Okay, so the same thing here. Ba'u, call, perfect, third common plural. Make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Yep. Oops. Oh, no. There we go. Achei avinu. Now, is that a noun that is plural and masculine? Why, yes, it is. There's your plural masculine construct ending. It's the subject of the verb. The brothers of our father, one father, came to me, and they said, quote, quotation marks. They don't close their quotation marks. We, this is the vocabulary word we, are your slaves, and you, Rosh Mishpachatenu. Oh man, that's a whole lot of letters. Let's not panic. Rosh is head, and it's got a dash there to help us out. So maybe it's construct, but let's take a look at it. Mishpachatenu, I see the pronominal suffix that goes on singular nouns. And then so I can remove this tau and add a hey. So it's mishpacha. Yeah, mishpacha, and that is clan. Our clan. You are the head of our clan. I'll do the whole sentence. The brothers of our father came to me, and they said, quote, we are your slaves, and you are the head of our clan. One clan. Pronominal suffixes that go on plural nouns versus pronominal suffixes that go on singular nouns. Say it one more time, and you can just look right at my eyes. Pronominal suffixes that go on plural nouns distinguished from pronominal suffixes that go on singular nouns. And make sure you put the prepositions of each class distinguished, right? That's the game of Chapter 10. I sure hope you enjoy the game. You take care, and I'll see you next time with Chapter 11.